retail. Manoj focuses on 360-degree mentorship to startups. Manoj also brings a strong global retail and senior management experience from the past work such as Quicksilver, Adidas, Reebok and Vanguard. From here, Manoj will take it ahead. I request him to please come on stage.
What Nebula has been doing for the last 3 months. I think we received about 400 plus applications, all across Pan-India, and we were extremely overwhelmed, extremely surprised the kind of response that we received from all parts of the world. There has been a big competition amongst startups that we've seen, and we had a really tough time to kind of choose the first 8 startups who are basically going to present it here. I'm just going to quickly say that there's going to be 4 minutes of pitching session here by each startup, and there's going to be 1 question for each one of them. So it's a 5-minute session for all the startups. I'm going to call the first startup. So Yplay provides a free entertainment on the go. Yplay powers buses and cabs and trains with 10,000 minutes of premium entertainment without the internet. So Yplay guys,
Good afternoon everyone. This is Yplay team, and I'm Santosh. I'll introduce myself. I have about 12 years experience in the corporate world. Prior to this, I was an investment banker, and I'm an international cyclist, having completed Paris to London biking, Beijing, Taiwan, and Cambodia. And this is my colleague who's the CTO also, Sai.
Hi, I'm Sai Krishna. So yeah, I did my graduation in 13. I developed an app called M-Hotspot. It has over 5 million downloads. I developed a couple of games which are not so popular. So anyhow, I had to travel from Bangalore to Pune yesterday, and man, they have only 1 screen and 1 movie that they play. I had to tell you, it sucked.
Right, and this is the experience that we are going to change in the coming months with Yplay. A Yplay powered bus is going to have 10,000 minutes of premium entertainment content which you can watch without internet on your mobile phones, and you can stream and download the content. So Yplay is going to change the future both for bus segment as well as the taxis, and the market is pretty large. We have about 3 million registered buses and taxis in India. So this is the market we are going to conquer, and every Yplay powered buses is going to bring you the in-flight experience into the in-bus onboard entertainment system. Right? And currently we are in the pilot stage. We have just completed pilot, and we're done with 4 buses, and we have order book which is spanning about 98 buses as of now, and we're raising our first round of funding now. Thank you.
That's it.
What would be the cost to the consumer? I mean, I'm sure audience would be interested to know if they were to access your services on the Nita TPH buses or Kirloskar buses, what kind of money that they will have to shell out from their pocket?
I think like free.
Wow, lovely.
Free for the users.
Lovely. And are we talking about Bollywood and Hollywood content together, or just Bollywood content?
Currently we've secured legal rights for Bollywood and regional content. We are looking forward to get a bit more of Hollywood in the coming days.
Okay.
So it all depends on the funding, right?
Okay. Is there what sort of traction are we looking at for your platform?
As I mentioned, we through the pilot stage, and we have about 98 bus orders which we have to execute in the next month.
Okay. Are you giving anything free to the audience here?
Do you want to try out our app? We can.
So just give them a demo when you can, possibly, in the pavilion.
That corner bench.
We are at the back end of it, so please come to us and you can have a look at our app as well as the experience of watching movies on a mobile phone through the Yplay powered entertainment system.
Alright, thank you guys.
Thank you.
So the next is Rev Smart. I guess you guys are here. Okay, you want to wait? Yeah. Okay. Right Logic. So Bright Logic is a software and hardware platform that connects with your motorcycle by giving you power to listen to your ride and enhancing the ride experience. So all up to you, Jermaine.
Hi, myself Juhaim. As Manoj said, we are creating a platform for two-wheelers in a real-time connectivity. when you look at the numbers of two-wheelers in India, right, 10 out of 9 houses will have at least one two-wheeler. I'm talking about motorcycles. But is it leverage enough in terms of technology? We all have smartphones, and phone was primarily just a communication device. But when the smartphone came in, it was more personal. Why can't our transported vehicle, two-wheeler, be more personal to us? Like in a way, it can talk to you. I mean, you don't have to take your vehicle to a service center or mechanic to understand how your vehicle is, what your vehicle is going through, right? So technology can enable that. Like I'm a passionate rider. You can see my attire. I go for 1,000 kilometers, 2,000 kilometers stretch at a bike in my bullet. But what happens is, I don't know when my bike is going to break down, and I can't do that on the way I'm going for a ride. I can't do that on my highway. But there should be some predictive analysis, and that's what we're doing. What we do is we enhances the motorcycle riding experience with an AI-powered software engine to make riding more personal. And it's enabled by a hardware, this piece, but it's going to look more cooler when it's a final product. So it's a prototype, it's working. And we have app which converts your smartphone as a dynamic dashboard. I mean, you can forget the static, boring dashboard that is there on the present motorcycles. You can see only speedometer, maybe RPM or a fuel meter, that's it. But we believe that there is more story that you can weave out of your vehicle. And your smartphone is a much better device for a display, right? So you just need to dock your phone in, and your phone will convert as a dynamic dashboard, and you will be able to engage actively with your ride, and you can have a personal ride experience with it. Thank you.
Junaid, so help me understand. So do you have this product ready, or is it in MVP stage? What stage are you in?
So we have a working prototype ready with the application and also the hardware. What we are doing is, what we believe is we are able to draw a lot of data out of the diagnostic port of the vehicle, and also our separate analytics module with the vibration and acoustics. So you must have seen some experienced mechanic keeping their ear next to the engine and also the silencer to listen the voice, and okay, there is having some problem with the vehicle. They're saying that. You must have seen that. I don't know whether you use a motorcycle or not. But you must have seen that. So from that analysis, we are doing some triangulation and manipulation and make it into really informative indications. Like you don't have a sensor for spark plug or air filter, but our analysis would be able to tell you, okay, you may want to change your air filter, you may want to change your spark plug. So that sort of personalized indication we are doing, and that analysis is being carried out. We have a working prototype.
So beyond the uses of sensor and the phone, how do you entice consumer to stay tuned to your platform?
Coming back to the aspiration of when you are using a bike, you don't feel that active element other than the emotion that is there attached with any passionate riders. You just use your vehicle just for a transporting medium, and it's just restricted to that. When you are aspiring a consumer with more technology-enabled aspiration, then you get a feeling that consumer is having a feeling like they are having a wings. If I'm able to give that Ducati sort of feeling, Ducati sort of aspiration on a 1 lakh rupee KTM bike, then that is the aspiration that drives consumer to be on the use cases of the solution, right? So that's what we are.
So does that mean you're going to sell it at a premium price?
No. What we are enabling is we are keeping a minimum price point. Now that you have brought up, we are keeping a minimum price point of only $50 with the hardware and a solution and also all the services around it, just to keep the platform up and running. And when you look at the entire industry of two-wheeler, right, as I said, it's not enabled enough. And there is no connected transport for the two-wheeler, there is no connected experience for it, you're not able to record your ride, nothing is there. So what we believe is once we enable that platform, any businesses or any consumer or any individual where his or her life or business is attached to a two-wheeler can be beneficial out of it. So creating that platform is primary objective for us, so which we believe with a closed network of my own friends and a lot of hardcore riders. So I'll tell you one small example. Last month I was in Goa. There was a program conducted by Royal Enfield. That's an international event. And you will be surprised to know more than 5,000 bike riders were there. They drove all the way from Delhi, Jaipur, all over the place. And they all are so passionate riders, and they will be one of the early adopters to keep the platform engaged. And we have some lot of enterprise inquiries, like say you can see bike rentals, bike sharing, and logistic guys, service salespeople, medical officers, everyone. They want to have their vehicle monitored on the road because all of them is dependent on the two-wheeler, and we want to enable that also. So that's where our platform potential comes in.
Interesting. Last question for you. I think you're doing a fantastic job. That also means probably you may have some sort of funding that you have acquired so far. Talk about your funding and advisory position right now.
Yeah, sure. So, a bit about myself and my team. We are based out of Cochin, and we got out of college last year, and not completed actually, but got out of college as an electrical engineer, and my partner is there. He did electronics and communication. I'll just take one more minute. Since our first year, we were more in labs than class, or maybe more in startup village sort of incubators than class. And we were fortunate enough to be part of some international projects, even co-organized by NASA, and we represented India among 4 others. There in Texas, in USA, 2 years, in 2013 and 14, and we also built a Mars rover thing. So we've been motivated by building a lot of, as a team, we have been motivated to build a lot of technology thing. And as a startup, as a company, we have built 3 other products which failed. I mean, not failed actually, we learned a lot from it. And we took aspiration of what we actually believe in, which is motorcycle riding for all of us. And that's how we come in. And as a funding part of it, we were funded by Chief Minister himself of Kerala for the CANSAT project and satellite building projects and all. And when we got out of college, no one was ready to fund because you're not a student anymore, right? So then that was the first time I came to know about, came to know the word of entrepreneurship or a startup or an investor or anything of that sort. But we were fortunate to get funded by Sridhar. He's an angel investor in US, about 50K, when we didn't have anything. So I just told him that I've done so much thing, I want to build a dynamic dashboard for bikes, that's it. He gave me a check then and there. And after that, after several months, we managed to build this thing up. And last month we got funded by Asha Jadeja, VC from Silicon Valley, for a nominal fund. And that's how our funding status is.
All right, good luck. Thank you so much.
Thank
Lovely.
you.
And finally, we have Rev Smart. Is a smart and trendy helmet that revolutionizes the riding experience and enhances safety. So am I going to wear one?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, my name is Sundar, and thanks Automobile for having me here. It's really exciting to meet all you people. So, I have a video which will show about what we do, but before that I want to tell a story what we actually came through and why this. So, I am basically an enthusiastic rider, and I think Junaid has made my job very easy. In India, 80% of vehicles is two-wheelers. We all know that. We are flooded with two-wheelers. So we have to think of a solution how to make this smarter. Other than enthusiastic rider, I'm also a growth hacker and a lean startup enthusiast. And I love to make things. So this idea came to me when I was going with a ride with my friends, and we all wanted to do something like, whenever there was a navigation requirement, we used to stop, take out our mobiles and use our mobiles. And in India, I'll tell you one thing. We use helmets only for 2 reasons. One, your mom kicks you in the butt, and second, you see a policeman right there and you just wear your helmet from behind. That's the only 2 reasons you wear a helmet. But other than this, we wanted to make a trendy solution for helmets which all the young generation would love. So we call it Jarvis. Yes, you rightly guessed. Jarvis from Iron Man. So it's simple. You say, hello Jarvis, take me home. So Jarvis tells you all the information on the visor itself with a Bluetooth speaker, and it tells you information, navigation, everything. So we are a team who have expertise in artificial intelligence, diagnostics, and data analytics, whom we continuously integrate with the bike. So this helmet talks to you as a mobile, to the vehicle through OBD, to the infrastructure through all the Digital India initiatives. We are also thinking of image processing initiatives, but we are still on the nascent stage in that. So our current stage is a prototyping stage, which I'll explain you through a video. Thank you very much. Amazing to me as well. 6 months ago, when we started investigating these issues, we found out that 76% of riders don't wear helmets due to hair fall and itching. The remaining 24%, they just don't find helmets exactly enough. Just like this one. As enthusiastic riders, we wanted to solve the biggest problems in riding, which is navigation and comfort. Presenting Jarvis, the world's smartest and most comfortable helmets ever designed. Jarvis is no ordinary helmet. It gives an experience Jarvis.
All right, thank you. That was lovely. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So, help me understand, who are your customers?
Yeah, our customers are basically college students, affluent college students and premium biking segment. So people who have bikes, nowadays most of the biking, we have ranges of 3 helmets. So daily riders, race riders and expedition riders. So daily riders belong to a category which bike riders of 80,000 to 1.2 lakhs. Race riders are from 2 lakhs and 4 lakhs above bikes, which is trending in India. It is growing at a rate of 35% per year. This premium segment of motorcycle is what we are aiming to launch initially, so that we have controlled customer base and we have a proper feedback for our product to make high quality products.
So, there's already a market leader in this space, Scully.
Scully,
Right?
yes.
So how do you stack against Scully? Like in terms of pricing, in terms of technology, where do you see yourself?
Okay. Yes, so let me give you a background of Scully for those who don't know. Scully is a US helmet which is also working on a smart helmet technology, and recently it made a record in Kickstarter of raising 15.21 crores in 2 months. That's a record in Kickstarter. So these guys are working on a similar technology of smart helmets with a visor projection, but their price is around 1.5 lakhs and they do not do data integration, artificial intelligence, understanding the user. So we are working on a platform where this helmet is much more smarter, 10 times smarter I would say, than Scully. We beat Scully by 10 times by making sure that the helmet understands the user through artificial intelligence. So when you, for example, at 8 o'clock every morning you go for a ride, you go outside the home without a helmet gives you a notification in your mobile, please carry your helmet sir. So that's the level of technology efficiency which we are seeing. And on night, it automatically, if you come to the stall, I can show you how the helmet looks at night, which is very, very important critical parameter in India. And our pricing is 1/3 of Scully. This is 40, the highest performance helmet is estimated to around 40,000, which is a race performance helmet. So you ride with this helmet, it gives you performance like what is your RPM, how are you riding, what is your gear change ratios. So it improves the rider as performance.
So we saw the beautiful video here, but where do you really stand in terms of your product roadmap?
Yes, in the product roadmap, we have got all the concepts. We have tied up with many suppliers in China, Taiwan and all. We have got concepts in place, concept sketches, CAD model, clay model, everything is complete. We have got also a rough, scrappy prototype, I would say, which records the voice. The first command we could get successfully was "Hello Jarvis." That's what I'm showcasing in my stall right now. So that's the first command we successfully got. So our team is working on, and we are currently stuck because of funding, because we swiped all our credit cards, all the team credit cards to reach this stage. So we are currently looking for a seed stage funding which could get Jarvis to reality in 6 months.
All right, cool. Thank you so much. That's lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you. So the next we have Garage Works. So GarageWorks is a service delivery platform enabled by technology that offers repairs and maintenance services to vehicles. So GarageWorks, thank you.
So we saw safety, we saw diagnostics, and now here we are for the service side. So I guess we'll be closing the loop by the end of the day. So talking about GarageWorks, I would like to first introduce the team. Myself, Shishir Gandhi. My first partner Prabhu Thakkar is with me, and second partner Nachiket Dikshit could not make it over here due to some personal reasons. But three of us come with a cumulative experience of 25 years in not direct automobile OEM segments, but allied services, insurance, loans, batteries, automotive technologies. So that's our sort of background in terms of automobile industry. So before I could take you through the concept of GarageWorks, I just wanted to get you into some flow so that you could relate to the whole concept. So ideally I have 4 questions for all the vehicle owners here, whether it's a car, a bike or a scooter, doesn't matter, but if you have a vehicle, I have these 4 questions. So have any one of you seen your vehicle actually getting serviced in front of your eyes? Are you, as a vehicle owner, empowered to understand your vehicle and the issues it could face? Are you given an option to select multiple service providers before you could actually take your vehicle to the garage? Or let's say, when you take your vehicle to a garage, you have a cost expectation in your mind, but when you see the final bill, are you really able to correlate with it? If for any of these questions, if no is an answer, you're in the right place, and that's what we're going to take you through. So if I had to tell you, why this problem, so probably there are two primary contributions to this. The first thing is the vehicle owner's spend psychology. We all know that, when we buy a new vehicle, the initial days, the emotional attachment is very high. Even a small scratch, burns our heart. And, we try and take utmost care of our vehicle. But as and when, we keep riding, we lose that emotional touch. That emotional bonding with the vehicle dies away. And eventually, with time, you really want to just take sufficient care of your vehicle such that it does not break down, but you don't really want to spend much money. But the hard truth is that, a vehicle demands more expenses once it gets old, once it starts riding. So you see, we are in a deadlock situation here, where a owner who's lost that emotional touch does not, want to spend much, but a vehicle that's got old is demanding expenses. So what are truly a customer's expectations, with a vehicle which is probably more than 2 to 3 years old? So when we did a survey across around 450 people through SurveyMonkey, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and various other tools, we realized the top 3 priorities were transparency, probably on the concept of trust in service provider. Second was cost effectiveness, that whatever has to happen just happens at the best possible cost, and I don't really want to spend much. And the third thing was convenience, standard pick and draw, or probably some good customer relationship skills and all. So we thought of addressing these 3 issues through the concept of GarageWorks, where we said we'll partner with all the service providers that are already there in the market. We'll form the pillars of transparency, convenience, and cost effectiveness, and will focus on 3 primary areas as of now: providing doorstep services, helping customers diagnose what the actual problem is, and what would be the best way to resolve it, and third thing was cost efficiency. So how do we really deliver this? We deliver it through a tech-enabled platform, which is our website and the mobile app, and we do it to the car owners and the bike owners. So it's been 9 weeks that we've gone live, and with almost 450 vehicles serviced, we are right now touching a run rate of 8 vehicles a day. And yes, we hope to grow, and we aim to grow, and the target is to reach 100 vehicles a day by the year end. So just talking about how the last 9 weeks have been. So as you can see, we have customers who have seen vehicles getting serviced in front of them, and trust me, most of them told us that they've seen it for the first time. They've actually understood what a carburetor cleaning is. They actually understood what an air filter looks like. So that was the sort of trust that we've built with our existing customers. Secondly, we have had situations where our in-house motor experts have helped our customers identify what the problem is and what could be the best possible solution. And these motor experts are experienced automobile engineers with 10 to 15 years of experience with automobile OEMs. And the third aspect that we earned was loyalty. We had cases where customers first gave their bike or car, they saw us servicing it, they liked us, then they came with their next thing. If they came with the bike first, they came with the car here, I like what you did, please service my car. Or if they gave their car, so then they came with the bikes, I like what you did, you helped me save money and you gave me convenience, please service my bike. So that is what our experience has been, and quality, transparency, and convenience is basically the foundation pillar of GarageWorks that we really want to build on. So if we talk about what really what is the way ahead for this? We want to be a one-stop shop service partner for all vehicle owners and provide them services driven by a personal touch, big data analytics, telematics, and artificial intelligence. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.
That's pretty neat. So what I really like to understand, I mean, most of the startup that we've seen here are driven by hardware or some sort of a technology. Here you're talking about the service-oriented business. How do you see yourself competing with the local drivers who get some sort of a commission or a kickback from these garages to get their car done? I mean, how do you see yourself fighting that?
See, basically, right now, yeah, it's a service industry, so that challenge is there, to be honest enough. But as of now, it's more heavy on the personal touch side. But we really want the technology to play the role, and we really want the vehicle owners to have that access on their palms with what their vehicle status is, and what should they be doing about it. So that's where we expect technology to play the role and close all the loopholes of, let's say, the drivers or fraudulent repairs or excessive bills invoicing.
Also, in terms of revenue, do you think that you would make more revenue through the expert mentoring to vehicle owners, or you think that the service side of the business would be much more lucrative?
I believe business should be done for a cause. Well, yes, if I look at the absolute Excel sheets of formulas, going purely by the service thing will give me more revenues, but I think if I'm able to build that trust, I'll earn more customers, which will compensate for the revenues.
How are you planning on scaling this business?
So as I said, we started with a manual approach where we are building that trust and transparency. But as in, with time we earn more customers, we really want to play on the data that we collect, and we want to sort of shift or let the artificial intelligence play a more important role than the personal touch.
Okay, that means you're reducing the cost of overheads.
Yes.
Okay. What's the vision for GarageWorks? I mean, I understand you're getting into the service side of the story. How do you see yourself, beyond this service? Where do you want to go?
So for GarageWorks, I have one vision. If an individual thinks about a vehicle, I want them to think about GarageWorks. Be it buying a vehicle, be it managing a vehicle.
All right, good. Thank you. Thank you for your answers. So, just a quick question. So, how many of you want a driverless car ride? Please raise your hands. That's almost 80%. So, Ashutosh, please sign up all these guys for the next year's Ignition Lab. You will definitely see a driverless car next year. But right now, let's just talk about electric bicycle, Lithos. So, Lithos is an electric bike that does, that provides revolutionary 8-kilogram bike that saves your time and road and on the road and environment. So, Lithos guys, please come on the stage.
Hello everybody, it looks scary from here, sitting on the smartest of smart people are here and we are working. So I just want to ask you a question. What is this image? It's a 50-lane road in China which had a traffic jam for around 10 hours. For about 28 kilometers, and it took around 5 to 6 days to clear out. Similarly, there was a traffic jam again in China between Beijing and Tibet, which took around 12 days to clear out. So these traffic jams and congestions are the biggest problems, and India is heading towards it. Like The average speed of cities during peak hours in India, it was 34 kilometers per hour in 2006, 17 kilometers per hour in 2012, and 6 kilometers per hour in 2016. These speeds are during peak. So what are we heading to? In 2020, what are we heading to? Like 2-3 kilometers per hour speed with a top speed, with a bike of top speed around 100 kilometers per hour. So what, like I would prefer walking rather than having a bike. So this is the main problem what we are solving. This is we don't want congestion anymore. We don't want people to waste time on roads and choke up with the smoke of other vehicles. So we are working to reduce the size of vehicles to 8 kgs and that is our model. This was the prototype we made in our college days, in college workshop with limited resources. And that was way back 6-7 months back, and currently our design would look like this. This is a prototype, this is 8 kg vehicle. While you are driving it, if you get stuck in traffic, you can pick it up, you can take it to sidewalk, you can take it to cycle lanes, you can go past the traffic and you can again join the roads. So this is what we want to do. We want to manufacture and redesign the vehicles in India to decrease the congestion. This is what we do.
That's beautiful. Can I buy it now?
Not now, but
Okay. Okay. I really want to contribute towards the pollution problem. So there are a lot of electric bikes I have come across, sub $1,000 to $1,500 under the regulatory compliances and things like that. How do you intend to see yourself bringing this bike into a real market? Would there be a wooden structure, or would there be an aluminium structure or some sort? How do you bring the durability to the vehicle like this?
this is just a model. We could not get the real vehicle in such a short time. So this is just a model made of wood. We would be using aluminium, and all would be the vehicle will be very good in quality, and it will be using aluminium, flight grade aluminium. So that won't be a problem.
Also like to understand what maximum speed that this Vahan can go up to.
Okay, this currently the model we are working on, it will give you 25 kilometers per hour because of Indian government regulations that if we exceed that, we would need registration, licenses, and we would get into bureaucracy things. So we don't want to get in that stage right now, in such a nascent stage. That's why we are creating it below 25 kilometers per hour.
So the way I see the competition, the lower end bike cost about 45,000 in India, about 50,000, and the bicycle cost about 5,000 to 10,000 rupees. Where do you see your vehicle to be in the price spectrum?
It will be around 22 to 25,000 rupees without subsidy, and if we are lucky enough and we get subsidy in time, so the prices will be reduced by 17,000. Government will give us 17,000 subsidy on electric vehicles. So that would cost us around 10,000 or 8,000 rupees for this vehicle.
Also interesting thing that I'm kind of figuring out. So with respect to slopes and elevated roads, do you think that this vehicle has an energy and power to kind of go on the slope?
Yeah, for 6 degree slope, like the normal bridges and everything, this can go. It will get reduced in speed, but it will go fair enough and it will carry you to the top. For more steep slopes, we will need a high motor, and we will then need to get into the bureaucracy stuff.
And as a user, would I have an opportunity to customize this vehicle according to my taste?
Yeah, in future we are looking at it that we can get it painted and all according to user. Also, we will be having an app-based platform so that so that user can get the dashboard in his phone, basically a dashboard in his phone. So we are working on all this stuff. We are very new to this thing. We have just started one month back. We were into our jobs. We gave up our jobs and we came to Pune. We started working on it, and this is what we could do right now.
So where do you stand in terms of beyond this prototype? What sort of research have you done so far, or where do you see that your MVP coming along?
Our fully working model will come in around a month. We did not get time to do it for this competition, but in a month we will get a fully working prototype for this model. And for a foldable model, we are also working on a foldable model, and it will take another month after getting this thing right.
Which will be sold to Manoj.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right. Cool. Thank you so much, man, guys. That was beautiful. Love it. I think that's a great job done. You can leave it here. I'll take it from here. Yeah. It's an online truck aggregation platform that cuts down the transportation cost by 25% through efficient vehicle utilization. Holla Trucks, are you guys here?
It's a pleasure to be in front of an esteemed group talking about my passion called Holla Trucks. We all know how technology has transformed the way we book a taxi today. Off from the hassles of going to a taxi stand, identifying vehicles, finding the right transporter, negotiating on pricing, kilometers traveled. There are some drivers which are arrogant enough, and there are all those hassles in addition to non-availability of a vehicle on time anyway. So that has already been solved. But what about if you have to take your goods for a ride? Do you have an app or a mobile website or a customer care for that matter to deal with? The answer is no in most of the cases. So Holla Trucks is going to bring you the same solution where we are going to get you rid of all the pains of booking a transporter within a span of just 45 minutes. And that's just not it. We don't just guarantee a vehicle in 45 minutes. You also get a validated driver. You get a GPS tracking mechanism for tracking the vehicle. There is a provision for online transit insurance of goods. You also get a 24/7 availability of customer care. On top of it, there is also a provision of digital invoicing and getting laborers to get the loading done, etc. So that is just one part of the story. If I look at it from the transporter's perspective, they are generating significant amount of business from us. At the same time, their vehicle utilization has increased, idle time has reduced by up to 40%. On top of it, they get payment settlements done within 24 hours, and they also have a minimum revenue commitment on a monthly basis from us. Talking about the market, there's a recent report that was published in October which said that around 1,16,000 vehicles enter and exit Delhi in just one day, and 65% of them are just LCVs. So that speaks volumes about the kind of business that we can get into. In addition to that, if we look at the revenue models for us, we are generating revenue through onward bookings, return bookings, load truck space sharing, premium on insurance. In addition to that, we are also getting ads on vehicles that is generating revenue for us. And definitely the top line is boosted through the load and cost as well. Talking about what we have been able to achieve in terms of performance related metrics, our customers have been satisfied enough. We have been able to provide 100% fulfillment with 97% on-time service assurance. In addition to that, the cost of their transportation has been reduced by up to 15%. The customer delight has reached to an extent where the customers are even willing to sell off their own vehicles and transfer that transportation requirement to us. When we talk about the transporter side, their number of bookings have increased by up to 25%. Idle time has reduced by up to 35% already. Now, I've already told you what we have been able to achieve so far. Talking about the booking pattern, 65% of our bookings are already happening either through a mobile or a mobile app or the website itself. So we also see the trend changing from the business perspective also. Coming to the end, we see that only the LCV sector itself, only around 3 to 5% of the market is structured as of now, and only 1% of it is tapped. So opportunity is tremendous in front of us. We definitely foresee platforms such as these transforming the way surface transportation is going to be done in future. Thank you.
Working out for you? What is the one particular portion of the marketplace that you're solving, and how are you solving it?
So right now we are catering to LCVs as of now, mostly short haul trips. When it comes to the demand pattern, we have been able to catch hold of a good number of clients, including public listed companies as well.
No, it's right there. You said that you are giving guarantee of 45 minutes, and then you said that you're only servicing about 90% of requests. Does that mean, should I consider you have a heavy license with you? You drive the truck and go to the customer?
No. I think that is misunderstood. So what we are saying is we are giving 100% fulfillment to our customers. And so on-time service assurance is the guarantee that we give to a customer. On top of it, we also give him discounts to the tune of 15% on his transportation cost. So that becomes an attractive proposition for any person who needs a transportation service.
So there are a lot of competitors in this space, like Roadrunner and so on and so forth. How do you see yourself differentiating from all these guys?
Okay, so the first thing is, like I said, the market is still in an entry phase. Only 1% of it is tapped right now. When it comes to differentiators, we clearly see there is a shortage of laborers in specific, and there is no provision that is coming out in terms of goods insurance or maybe transit insurance, which we don't see coming out from our competitors. We've already signed an exclusive contract with one of the top insurance companies in India, not just India, worldwide. So they are going to be an exclusive partner for us on our portal.
So we've seen a lot of goodies on the presentation. So what is the biggest problem that you're facing?
The biggest problem for us is ensuring a reliable transporter base. We have talked to more than 100 transporters ourselves. We have gotten ourselves on ground. The major problem is you need to first get accustomed to their way of working. First make them adhere, first start working in their way. Once they get when they start getting significant amount of business, you then carry them back to your platform. So adaptation from our side can still be managed, but adaptation from a person who is not capable enough at this point in time is very difficult to deal with. So that is our biggest challenge, but we have our own ways of tackling those issues.
So as far as the truck drivers are concerned, I don't think they carry the smartphones. So how do you solve that problem? If you were to kind of send the alerts, or you want to make sure that they're being tracked, what's the solution there?
Absolutely. So if I talk about everyone as a business owner, even though I am able to give my driver a smartphone, there will always be a reliability issue based on the intent of the driver. He might turn it off. There might be issues where the network is not reachable. So we have the provisions of both cases where we install a GPS device in the vehicle. At the same time, we can give a smartphone to the person also. We also need to understand that if we are talking about an LCV sector, the price of the vehicle is not too much. So a lot of vehicles are owned by the drivers themselves, and they run it and they start earning from day one. So those people can be entertained through their own phone, but when as a transporter I am hiring a driver, those cases need to be tackled by installing a GPS device, and there are already a lot of GPS devices which are capable enough not to be damaged by the driver, even if the intent is not right. So those things can be taken care of.
So if you were to hire somebody from this room, who would be that person? And why would you hire somebody like that?
I think that's a very difficult question.
Entrepreneurs face is very, very difficult question, more difficult than this. So you must answer this.
I would rather need a person who leads an SME association, or maybe a person who's good at marketing.
All right, great. Thank you so much. That's wonderful. Thank you for your time. So then the next one up is Acello Automotive. It's a hardware software company that provides solutions to disaster response time management, which enables users to be safe in any sort of accident. Here you go.
Hello friends, it's Kerry from here. See this place. I'm still not 20, I have 4 days left to it, so I'm the youngest one probably in this lot. And we are a group of students working on something. We are still students, we are third year engineering, and we want to do something because we heard a lot of stats of 99.8% road accident happening because people don't wear helmets and all and that. But a probably bigger issue is that there are 63% of these accidents which are not even covered by ambulances. These are not said by me, they are said by WHO. Last year, a survey was done by Save Life, it's an NGO. This NGO said that every 4 minutes, there is a person who dies. Which means that by the end I end the speech, there will be one person who will die just because of road accident. So this was something that actually hit us and we want to do something. So I'll ask everyone a question to start off. Like, how many of you met an accident? Or someone of your family or someone met a severe accident? So that's like, 10% of this lot. And probably this is something they might know that people hesitate in helping, right? In India, this is a major issue. People don't help. This is like a major cause. So we wanted to make something that will reduce this part. So we created something like this small. So this can actually save your life. This big, exactly. So this fits right in your dashboard, in your car, in your bike, wherever you're. In your bike, it's in your helmet. And it actually detects an accident and sends you help via a server. So we have tie-ups with hospitals and all, and these hospitals actually send you help directly from them. Right now we all are based from Nagpur, and we are actually raising funds. We actually had a few competitions and all. Because we are being students, we don't have a lot of job security and all. So we're just raising funds from some competitions and all. And through that, we somehow managed to make this prototype. Right now we are in the phase of generating funds. Our team is of 8 members. They are all from Nagpur. One is from Pune, and everyone is from different sectors. So this product, I talk about the product now. So this product works in such a manner that as soon as you met an accident, this sends a message to your mobile. So the mobile finds your GPS location and sends it to a server. So this enables us to reduce the cost of the module, because GPS module is already present in the mobile. Why do you need to put that in the hardware, right? So we reduce the cost by that. And surprisingly, we reduced 2,500 of the cost of the initial hardware cost, and we ended up making the hardware of just 500 rupees. Yes, exactly, that's the cost of a module, 500 rupees. And to use this, you have to pay a subscription cost of 1 rupee per day, and you can easily access it. So, talking about the mobile, so it connects to your mobile, and the mobile sends a message to us. So in case that you don't have a mobile connectivity, like you're inside a tunnel or something. So right now we are in talks with IRB, and we are in talks of doing this in between Pune to Mumbai Expressway, that in every tunnel we have our own radio receivers. So the hardware that I'm talking about, this small hardware, even has radio frequency emitters. So it emits radio frequency. So those radio frequency receivers that are fitted across the tunnels actually receives that and sends a message. This whole process again happens. So in case the places where there is no internet connectivity or no network connectivity, also this works. Apart from that, we had a case study, and we are even working on provide the receiver that I'm talking about. So these receivers can even provide internet connectivity to those places where it's a social impact that what we are targeting on. Like those places where there is no connectivity. Some of you might have, like the bikers might have ever heard about a place known as Spiti Valley. It's a deserted place in India and it doesn't have connectivity for 6 months. So those places can actually use it. Someone in the start was talking about, satellite connectivity. Yes, my team has developed a CubeSat. We have developed a CubeSat. This is, we are raising funds to launch it. This CubeSat can actually provide internet to all those small modules, the radio frequency receivers that I was talking about. So then this can also be used for giving internet connectivity to those places where there is no probable solution for all such things. So the current status, my prototype is ready and we're generating funds. We are even doing some tie-ups process. Indian government is ready to do a tie-up with us. Probably 6th February is the date we have finalized with them. Dr. Nitin Gadkari is an accurate, so we are in talk with him and probably that will be ended in a good note. And yeah, that's it.
Great. It's a proven model in US. OnStar provides it on Ford cars, as well as there's also an Indian competitor that exists, Raksha, right? How do you stack against them in terms of pricing?
It's like OnStar in India. OnStar is a 25 years old company. It's like I'm still 6 years younger. So this OnStar cost you 12,000 rupees. 12,000 rupees, yes. And the Raksha Safe Drive, that's an Indian-based, Bangalore-based startup, this launched 3 months back. They cost you 10,000 rupees. OnStar yearly subscription is 1,200 rupees, 1200. And Raksha Safe Drive yearly subscription is 1,000 rupees. Our prototype cost you 500 rupees yearly subscription. Actually, won't talk yearly. It's like 1 rupee per day. 365 rupees at the end of the year. That's it. That's all we cost.
So, technology well understood. What the real problem of India is that, we don't get ambulances on time. How do you solve that problem?
Okay. Well, when we were doing the market survey for us, we had a talk with a lot of ambulance drivers. So it was very interesting to know from them that साहब हमको तो पता ही नहीं होता accident कब होता. They don't know where the accident happens. So that is one major issue. They say that they can save every person who meets an accident if they know where the accident happens. There are so many number of hospitals in India that they can easily access any accident spot. But the problem is that they don't have that awareness that at this point there is an accident happened. So what we are doing is that we are minimizing this timeline, so that they will get to know that early. So like many people will do that 45 minutes golden period. So it's like after severe accident, there's 45 minutes for someone to be rescued. And in that, in the starting 10 minutes is just wasted. What people hesitate to help you. So that is what we are reducing. So it eventually ends up into 10 to 15 seconds if you have our prototype in your vehicle when you meet an accident.
And if driver is sleeping. Anyways, do you also foresee drones coming into this picture where the ambulances cannot reach? You think any play of drones in this whole scheme of things?
Yeah, it can easily be accessed. So, like one of my team members, ex-team member is from Chennai, and during the Chennai floods, they were surprisingly, they had electricity, but they didn't have any connectivity. So electricity was there at the place, but they didn't have any sort of connectivity by radio frequency or anything. So over there we started coming off that this module can even be used as severe disaster control. Then how did that can happen? So in that cases, this module, as I told earlier, emits radio frequencies, right? So these radio frequencies can be tracked down with the drones that we are producing. My team is even making drones right now. So these drones can even track this radio frequencies in a particular area. Suppose Chennai is having floods, and there are people who are having this mountain. They can send us a message, and we can revert back to them with ambulance, army help is here, something is here. You can go there, or we can tell the army people that yes, you need to go to this point or something like that. And obviously, in the later phases, we can even see the drones and ambulances, air ambulances coming into picture. Which can even make sure that this is a far more faster process to get help.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was our last participant. Thank you so much for listening to all of them. They're very excited to get your feedback, so do see them in the pavilion and give your valuable feedback. I'd like to thank you, Dipanshu from Auto Review, Prakash from Auto Nebula, Bharat Ramani sir, Sanjay, Ashutosh for conducting their interview and bringing this talent in front of all of you. Thank you so much for bearing me. Thank you.